Hi, I'm Chris Rogers from Rockin Waves 11294, and you're watching WGS-TV on YouTube.
Welcome to another installment of WGS-TV right here on YouTube.com/WrestleGamer and ZepXTV. I'm Dolph Boudreaux, joined by the owner of Rockin Waves 11294, Chris Rogers. Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Billy. How about you?
Doing all right. What we're going to be doing on this commentary, guys, is we're going to be breaking down Money in the Bank, the pay-per-view that's going to be coming up tomorrow, Sunday, for everybody. So let's start off with the pre-show match that's going to be up on YouTube. The Tag Team Championship match, R-Truth and Kofi Kingston versus Hunico and Camacho. And I'm going to say this right off the bat, Chris. If WWE puts the tag team titles on Hunico and Camacho tomorrow night, the tag team division is shot.
I agree with you, because seriously, and I don't mean to go offending if there are any Mexicans watching. I'm sorry, but why put a bunch of tag team titles on a bunch of Mexicans who act all tough and try and lowride when they probably never even heard the song Lowrider by War?
Well, to me, that's not the issue. The issue is, Hunico can wrestle. Hunico can wrestle. He can perform in the ring. Camacho, not so much. I mean, I've seen Camacho's matches. I've seen one of his matches. He was horrible.
When Camacho was, being talked about, I'm like, who? That kind of tells you something, that the guy, that he's not well known and he can't wrestle worth shit.
No, nobody can. But let's go ahead and my official pick has got to be R-Truth and Kofi Kingston to retain the titles. Chris, your pick?
Gotta go with Boom Up. Kingston Truth.
All right, let's look at the next match. It is the Money in the Bank World Heavyweight Championship contract ladder match, and this is going to be hard to call because there are so many different variables and so many different ways that the WWE can go with this. We have Tyson Kidd, Damien Sandow, Tensai, Cara, Dolph Ziggler, Cody Rhodes, Santino, Marella, and Christian. So, Chris, I think what we need to do is probably take a look at each of them one by one and kind of, analyze whether or not this person is ready for a push like this. I mean, because last year, if I told you last year around this time that Bryan would have won Money in the Bank and became World Heavyweight Champion, you would have slapped me in the face, wouldn't you?
Probably, but, back then I was a Bryan fan. Yes, that's true. But, now he just looks like a hippie with a bad beard. But anyways.
So I think we need to break it down and look at each one of them separately to kind of evaluate whether or not it's time for them to have this push. First off, let's look at Tyson Kidd. Tyson Kidd, loaded with talent. I mean, he is loaded with ability. But
he came from the Heart Dungeon.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Does that tell you enough?
Yes, but is this Tyson Kidd's time? Can WWE kind of put stock into Tyson Kidd as possibly a future World Heavyweight Champion? Now,
he got a push back when Bret Hart was around a lot.
But think about this. That's the only reason. So a lot of people look at it as, that's the only reason why he had a push. It was because of Bret Hart. Now, yes, Tyson Kidd has a push on his own now. I mean, a lot of people, including myself, I was shocked when they put Tyson Kidd over on Jack Swagger for the qualifier for this Money in the Bank ladder match. But I will say this, WWE is starting to show some signs that they could be possibly interested in Tyson Kidd. But keep in mind here, guys, for those of you who aren't aware, that the WWE is coming out with a new championship. The NXT Championship.
Oh, man.
Well, don't front about that, Chris, because I know
That show is still on.
Yeah, and you know what? They've changed the format of NXT, and I must tell you this: I like the change. It looks really good, and they got some really good talent on NXT. And one of the talents that's on there and that's frequented a lot on NXT, Tyson Kidd. So if he doesn't go over on this Money in the Bank, look for him to be heavily pushed and might be heavily favored for the NXT Championship, Chris.
Well, what I think is the reason why he was kind of held back after that push when Bret Hart was around was because he was paired with David Hart Smith. And then when they got broken up, it was kind of, limbo for a while. And now I think they kind of gave him some time to rework his, image. And now he's back, and he don't got that little thing hanging off his head anymore. So he's now, I think he's ready. I think he's ready for a big push.
Well, all right, now let's look at the next guy here, Damien Sandow.
Who?
Yeah, good point. Now, from what I've seen from him, he's got really good mic skills, but I have yet to see WWE to fully use him in a good match. I mean, the qualifier he had with Zack Ryder was okay, but I've not really seen any good definitive talent in the ring. Examples of his talent. Examples of his in-ring ability. I know a lot of people have spoken highly of him from Florida Championship Wrestling, but I've never seen Florida Championship Wrestling. Well, I've seen some snippets of it.
I've seen it, and it looks kind of like a low-budget version of ECW, except it's kind of like what you do with Gulf Coast Wrestling, Championship Wrestling.
Yeah, Gulf Coast Wrestling.
Gulf Coast Wrestling, sorry. But it's a little more high budget.
Now, seeing as this is Damien Sandow's kind of like intro into the WWE, I really don't think that the WWE should really put any stock into him because I think it's too soon.
Yeah, I mean, Damien Sandow, putting him in the Money in the Bank ladder match is like telling Ryback he's not got a job anymore. It just doesn't make sense. And, Ryback not jobbing, that probably do make a little sense. You actually have some competition. But Damien Sandow being in a ladder match this early in his WWE career, come on.
Next, let's get the next guy. The next guy, Tensai. No.
Let me just say, take the pasty off your face and throw it in the garbage, Albert.
Next guy is one guy that can actually shine in this kind of environment, a ladder match, and I'm talking about Cara. I mean, ever since he's returned to the WWE, he has just been nothing but an improvement. I mean, the botches have stopped. I mean, I'm glad they took the trampoline out of the entrance because that wasn't really doing him any favors, to be honest with you. But, Cara, win or lose in this ladder match, we have the opportunity to see a great high flyer, be showcased in this kind of environment, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I agree, man.
Next up is it. Go ahead.
No.
Okay. Next up, we have a guy who is really underrated, but right now I believe he's on the precipice of greatness. And Chris might disagree with me on this, but he's starting to show the signs of it. The fans are starting to get on the bandwagon, and a lot of people feel that this man, it's his time. it's his time, and a lot of people could look at the Money in the Bank ladder match for the World Heavyweight Championship contract as his opportunity to shine. And I'm talking about Dolph Ziggler. A lot of people, the man is talented. I mean, he has developed a huge way. I mean, ever since they paired him with, Chris, you can go ahead and call him what you normally call Vicky.
Vicky, my breasts are so saggy, I trip over them and sprain my ankle, Guerrero.
Ever since they put him with her, he has done nothing but shine. I mean,
but you can only be with someone like that for so long before it starts to get boring. And yeah, while he did shine, I think that we need to see him shine without Vicky. He already
that time could be coming. That time could be coming.
Yeah, I agree.
So I gotta say, Dolph Ziggler to me might be the favored one to win. But another one who might be also a favored one to win, former Intercontinental Champion Cody Rhodes. If not, possibly a close second. Because Cody Rhodes, now a lot of people are going to say they didn't like Cody Rhodes with the Intercontinental Championship. They got to look at it from the way we look at it, Chris. Cody Rhodes, when he had the Intercontinental Championship, he made that championship important, did he not?
Yes, and he held it for a long time, and he got a big push out of it. But now that he is titleless, he basically really haven't had that many good storylines.
Well, he's still kind of feuding with Christian, though. He's still kind of feuding with Christian.
Okay, but seriously, I mean, but he's not like back on main event status.
Well, yeah, you got to point that, but they could use Money in the Bank to kind of propel him back into the main event status. I mean, they used the Intercontinental Championship to kind of do that with them. You know, why can't they use the Money in the Bank contract in the same facet? You know, they can use that Money in the Bank to, you know, propel him into the main event status. So that way you don't need a championship on Cody Rhodes to make him a main eventer.
True.
Next up is the United States champion Santino Marella. Now, Santino Marella, we'll call it like it is. He's a great entertainer. Yeah, he's a semi-good wrestler. You know, he takes a lot of good bumps. He knows how to work the crowd, and that's a very important thing when you're a wrestler in the WWE. You have to know how to work the crowd. You know, and there are a lot of people in the WWE who know how to do it. Chris Jericho is one guy who knows how to work the crowd. Daniel Bryan, AJ, CM Punk, and Kane, the Big Show. There are reasons why I'm naming those names, and that's because these guys know how to gauge the audience and do what is necessary to gain a reaction, whether it be a positive reaction or a negative reaction, you know, depending if they're a face or heel. They know what to do to get that reaction. Santino Marella is one of them, and I believe that's probably one of the reasons why they have the United States title on him. But will they put the Money in the Bank contract for the World Heavyweight Championship on it? As long as he's got that United States title strap on him, he does not need the Money in the Bank contract, Chris. I'm saying that right off the bat.
Yeah, but if he gets the Money in the Bank, though, you know, could be a double champion. Now, granted, it's a big maybe, and when I say maybe, I'm talking like a huge maybe. But you know, if Santino Marella gets a contract, you know, it would be a good run as a double champion.
Last guy to look at is the Intercontinental Champion Christian. Now, we've seen Christian as a main eventer before. He's been thrust into that limelight, and he has done a good job. You know, especially with that, you know, that heavily favored feud he had with Randy Orton over the World Heavyweight Championship. But now he is the Intercontinental Champion, and I believe the question we need to ask ourselves when it comes to Christian is, you know, at this point in his career, does he really need the Money in the Bank contract for the World Heavyweight Championship match, or the World Heavyweight Championship, to that matter? To me, honestly, I really don't think he needs it. I really don't think he needs it. I mean, he's doing a great job as an Intercontinental Champion. I wouldn't mind seeing him in the tag team division, to try to, gain, if they want to do something to kind of gain some momentum, or force some direction onto the tag team division. Who better than Christian, a multiple-time tag team champion, and I got to say, one of my favorite tag teams of all time from the WWE, Edge and Christian. The dude that totally reeked of awesomeness, dude.
Yeah.
But, Chris, I got to believe at this time, the Intercontinental Championship is perfect on Christian, and I don't really see need for him to have the Money in the Bank contract for the World Heavyweight Championship match or the World Heavyweight title strap altogether.
Yeah, I agree. Christian has had a very storied career. He has really shined, and he's been able to, have a lot of accomplishments. And I mean, it'd be nice, but it would be even greater because and correct me if I'm wrong, he's never held the WWE Championship, has he?
No, he has not. He's a former two-time.
He's in the wrong ladder match. He should be in the WWE title match.
But if the stipulation,
World Heavyweight title match.
But the stipulation being on this year's one that you have to be a former WWE champion. But now that we looked at all 8 competitors, Tyson Kidd, Damien Sandow, Tensai, Cara, Dolph Ziggler, Cody Rhodes, Santino Marella, Christian, Chris, who sticks out to you in your mind as being the favorite to win?
In the WWE title match?
World Championship.
World Championship.
The one we were just not talking about.
Yeah. Wow. I'm torn between two. Tyson Kidd and Christian, because both seem... Tyson Kidd definitely seems ready for a World Heavyweight title run. And who knows, we may even see Bret Hart come out and celebrate with him if he wins. I don't know. But Christian, yeah, I'd like to see him, but it'd be more appropriate if, and I don't know why WWE did that. You have to be a former WWE title in order to participate. Yeah. In that case, put Rey Mysterio in it. But I think
I got something to say about it when we get to that.
All right, but Christian, I would like to see win, but even though he should be in the WWE title, Money in the Bank.
Well, to me, there's one guy. Look forward to a really good match because we got, like I said, all kinds of different elements and variables for a great match. Tyson Kidd, a good high flyer. Sin Cara, been great. Cody Rhodes, he's awesome. Santino Marella, funny and entertaining. Christian, he's getting good, but I don't think it's time. I don't think that he needs it, honestly. Damien Sandow, I don't think he's paid enough dues, to be honest with you. I don't think he's been in the WWE long enough to actually be considered, for a World Heavyweight Championship run when he's only been in the company, and he really hasn't. Honestly, when Alberto Del Rio made his impact in the WWE, he made an impact. He went after Rey Mysterio. He was main eventing, and right off the bat, we already knew that we had a star in the making in Alberto Del Rio. Damien Sandow, I don't see that in him. He's not flourishing quite as quickly as Alberto Del Rio has. So Damien Sandow, I'm not even going to consider. Tensai, let me just say this. Tensai is a gimmick that's dying and needs to be put down.
But take out the fake little sand thrower that follows him everywhere. I don't even know what his name is, and I don't care. But, yeah, and Tensai just needs to take, like I said, take that pasty off his face and put it on his ass. I don't know.
But right now, to me, in my mind, the name that sticks out the most is Dolph Ziggler. I believe that WWE can use this as finally giving Ziggler the opportunity to shine, get that push that he needs, and get directly into the World Heavyweight Championship, and finally have a main event quality run. as World Championship. So my pick is Dolph Ziggler. Now, let's go to the WWE Money in the Bank ladder match. And as you already heard, the major stipulation for this match is that you have to be a former WWE champion. Now, let's compare. Let's compare, guys. All right, now listen to what we're saying. In the World Heavyweight Championship Money in the Bank ladder match, there are 8 guys. In the WWE Championship Contract Money in the Bank ladder match, there are only 4. Well, 4 announced, because I've heard a lot of rumors that, that possibly could add a couple of more names. If they want to stick to the stipulation that only former WWE champions can participate in this Money in the Bank ladder match, as much as people would hate it, but if they want to add 2 more names into that list, and again, this is heavily rumored, but I don't know if it's confirmed or not to be true. Rey Mysterio and The Miz. And to me, if they would add those 2 names into the WWE Money in the Bank ladder match, then, you know what, I wouldn't have that big of an issue with the World Heavyweight Championship contract match.
Miz and who else?
Rey Mysterio.
Alright, I agree with you on Rey Mysterio, but The Miz...
He meets the qualification for it. He is a former WWE champion.
Have you seen him lately?
Yeah, but that's my point. That's my point. Maybe they could be saving him for something. Something that we are not aware of. Maybe, or possibly he's out with an injury that nobody is aware of.
I don't think that they would push him. That they would save him for the Money in the Bank ladder match, and I don't think that they would keep him off TV for a few months and then just put him out there, that quick. I think that, they're probably reworking his character or something, because if you notice, because you can only be claim you're awesome for so long before Vince McMahon is tired of fucking around with him.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta agree with you, man. There's only
You hear that, John Cena?
So, but as it stands right now, announced, we only have 4 guys. And to me, I don't know. I'm so used to having your Money in the Banks, both of them having an equal number of guys in each match. And announced, we have more than double in the World Championship contract match than in the WWE Championship match. Now, albeit they probably don't have that many former WWE champions on the on the roster, but still, putting in a stipulation that only former WWE champions could go on there,
it's dumb.
I don't know. But let's look at it. Let's look at it this way. We have John Cena, we have Kane, we have Big Show, and we have Chris Jericho. Now, what's really going to, this is going to be a lot harder to call rather than the World Heavyweight Championship one. The World Heavyweight Championship one, we have guys who are on the precipice of greatness and will possibly will use, to be honest with you, will use this Money in the Bank ladder match to skyrocket them into superstardom.
I agree.
In the WWE Championship one, all 4 guys have already reached that level.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really hard to see which way they're going to go. Are they going to put the title on Cena? They're going to put are they going to give the contract to Cena, to Kane, to Big Show, to Chris Jericho? Very hard to see. Now, I want to rule out Chris Jericho for one reason. I know he's been talking a lot about his tours and whatnot, that he likes to go out with Fozzy. And if they put the WWE Championship on him, then how the hell is he going to go do it?
Exactly.
Kane, I don't think at this point in his career he really needs it. To be honest with you. Because I know that this is possibly, we're looking at Kane and this being his final run in the WWE. Because he's always talked about wanting to do his final run back in the mask. And that's what he's always wanted to do. So, I really don't think that Kane really needs it at this stage in his career. Big Show and John Cena are the only two names left that I feel have the possibility of coming out winning this match.
I think we can throw out Big Show though, because have you seen him try to climb a ladder?
Yeah, last time he was in a ladder match, they did have a specialized ladder made for him.
Oh, okay.
But I think we can look at it in either two ways. I mean, Big Show, we got to be considered, pardon the pun, but the biggest heel in the match, and possibly the biggest heel on Monday Night Raw right now that John Laurinaitis is taking a hike. But on the flip side of it, we got to look at John Cena, poster boy for the WWE. I should know because at the time of this commentary, I'm wearing one of John Cena's T-shirts.
Which you can't see, probably.
But
literally, you can't see it.
Oh, stop it. But you got to look at Cena being the top face on Monday Night Raw. So you got to figure it would either go to the top face of Monday Night Raw or the top heel. And Chris, you would have to agree that right now, those two names, the top face and the top heel, John Cena and the Big Show.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And I mean, I can't even really call for definite who might get it because I mean it's a very, very close. The Big Show, he had a title run that lasted about 45 seconds, and wasn't that the World Heavyweight title?
Yes, World Heavyweight title.
Okay, so scratch that. But I'm really I don't think John Cena might get it because I don't think he'll get it because even though it's been over a year since he held the title, I don't think that they would do that yet. And because plus you also have to look at it from the standpoint of the current champion. Current champion being CM Punk. So I think Big Show would be a more likely candidate to get it because he's a heel, Punk's a face,
Well, let's look at it like this. Let's look at the possibility of the WWE Championship match happening before the Money in the Bank ladder match for the WWE Championship contract.
That's right. I forgot about that.
If CM Punk, if they drop the title off of CM Punk and give it to Bryan, there's a possibility that we could look at CM Punk being inserted into this Money in the Bank ladder match.
Exactly.
But then again, this is all speculation, though. All speculation. So,
well, judging from the last pay-per-view, they put the World Heavyweight title match first.
Yeah. But the WWE Championship's their mainstay title. It's it's their bread and butter. The WWE Championship match has to be the main event. But then again, you never know. So, I can only dwindle it down to two names, guys, and that's Cena and the Big Show. So I'm sorry I can't give it more definitive like I did on the World Championship one, but it's the best I can do. So let's go ahead and look at the World Heavyweight Championship match. We have Sheamus defending against Alberto Del Rio. I'm going to say it right now. They had this match at the Cajun Dome house show, and it was a great match. It was a wonderful, entertaining match, and I'm really hoping whether whoever goes over, whether it be Sheamus or Alberto Del Rio, we can expect a really good match between two guys who know how to work it in the ring. So, now as far as who this match goes, who's going to go over or not, I believe Sheamus is on a better run. I'm leaning more towards Sheamus winning. Although, Chris, I will say this. I will not be amiss to see them put the World Heavyweight Championship on Alberto Del Rio. because a lot of people are saying it's quite possibly, he is a former WWE champion. That's another thing.
Have you seen him? Well,
think about this. That's another thing we have to think about too.
You have to think of Ricardo Rodriguez.
Yeah, but
call him Ricardo Montalban in disguise.
Yeah, but think about this, man. It just popped into my head. If Del Rio loses, Del Rio's a former WWE champion. He could be inserted into the Money in the Bank ladder match for the WWE Championship contract.
Yeah, but a lot of times, a lot of the stars that are inserted into the Money in the Bank are from their respective brand. So you see, Dolph Ziggler's on Raw.
Yeah,
and he's in the title World Heavyweight title. All right, forget what I just said.
Yeah, Santino, Marella, and Christian are there too, the Intercontinental and the United States champion.
Yeah, forget what I said.
So it's possible that they could play it out like this. They could keep the title on Sheamus and insert Alberto Del Rio into the Money in the Bank ladder match for the WWE Championship contract, Chris. That is a feasible angle for them to work, wouldn't you say?
Exactly.
So with that in mind, my pick is my official pick is Sheamus. Chris, your official pick?
Gotta go with the Great White Sheamus. Sorry.
And finally, we're going to be looking. You're an ass. Anyway, let's look at the
WWE. Don't me to keep it PG.
Well, I'm pretty sure the guys over on ZFX won't mind. But anyway, time for the WWE Championship match with AJ. Oh Lord, is she hot! And I can't wait to see what she looks like wearing.
On behalf of all guys out there watching WWE television, we thank you.
We're going to get to see what I probably consider to be the hottest referee ever in AJ. But the WWE Championship match, CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. Oh, Lord, this is a conundrum because you got two really great names. And from what I've heard, I still have the Over the Limit DVD, but I have not yet watched the CM Punk Daniel Bryan match that was on that pay-per-view. But from what I've heard from word of mouth, that match was incredibly epic. And I will say this, they had a street fight at the Cajun Dome, Chris, between CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. And that matchup, to me, was really epic in itself. So, what we now got to factor in is the AJ variable. Because we really don't know where this story is. Because they have gone so many different directions with CM Punk, AJ, and Daniel Bryan. It's giving me kind of a headache just trying to, think about, which way they're going to go with this. Are they going to keep the title on CM Punk? Or they're going to have a screw job that AJ was still in league with Daniel Bryan and Daniel Bryan becomes the WWE champion. It's really hard to say at this point in time just what exactly they're going to be doing for this championship match. Wouldn't you say, Chris?
I agree with you. I mean, it could go both ways with AJ as ref.
You said both ways.
Yeah.
Just think about that, guys. If you don't get the joke, just think about that. Go up to your next guy that and say, "Hey, he made a joke about both ways," and then ask him about 5 seconds later after he slaps you in the face.
But I mean, it could go either way. It could go to I think, and this is a big thing. You haven't seen Kane involved in this in any way.
Because Kane has kicked AJ to the curb.
Oh yeah, that's right. But to be honest with you,
you're having a hard time thinking about it too, aren't you?
Yeah, it's wow. It is hard. For once, WWE has me stumped.
Well, let's just say this: either way, either outcome, whether CM Punk retains or Daniel Bryan becomes the new WWE champion, we're going to get a really epic match with these two. But as far as an official pick, you know what? I have, and you know what's really hard? I have the CM Punk hat, and I have a Daniel Bryan t-shirt, which both I will be wearing tomorrow during the pay-per-view, just so I can actually support the match. But I'm putting on the CM Punk hat right now. I wish you guys could see that. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and just toss a coin and say CM Punk retains the title tomorrow night. I'm sorry, Chris. You're going to go with CM Punk.
Yeah.
All right. So very quickly, we're going to go over our picks one more time. The WWE Tag Team Championship match: R-Truth and Kofi Kingston versus Hunico and Camacho. No brainer. Me and Chris's picks: R-Truth and Kofi to retain. The Money in the Bank ladder match for the World Heavyweight Championship contract: Tyson Kidd, Damien, Sandow, Tensai, Cara, Dolph Ziggler, Cody Rhodes, Santino, Marella, and Christian. Chris has dwindled it down to 2 picks: Tyson Kidd, and what was your other one? Christian. And my pick is Dolph Ziggler. In the Money in the Bank ladder match for the WWE Championship contract, me and Chris can only dwindle it down to 2 names: John Cena and The Big Show. For the World Heavyweight Championship match, my pick is Sheamus. Chris agrees with that one as well. And for the WWE Championship match with AJ as a special guest referee for CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan, both our picks are for CM Punk. What we want to know from you guys out there, the viewers and subscribers, your picks, your predictions for Money in the Bank. Who's going to walk away with the World Heavyweight Championship contract? Who's going to be the World Heavyweight Champion? Who's going to get the WWE Championship contract? Will we see a surprise return at Money in the Bank? Will we see possibly Mysterio come back, or The Miz? Or possibly see Alberto Del Rio lose and be inserted into the WWE Championship contract match? We want to hear what you guys have to say. Be sure you put your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. Don't forget to subscribe to youtube.com/WrestleGamer, youtube.com/ZFXTV Network, and youtube.com/ZFXFame. So for the owner of Rockin Waves 11294, Chris Rogers, I'm Double B Billy Buccio, saying thank you very much for watching.